Well, it's tools down for Greater Sydney's construction workers as New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian continues to resist pressure to backflip on her fortnight-long ban on construction work across Greater Sydney. She says the move's critical to reduce the mobility of people across the city. Let's discuss it with my panel now. I'm joined from Melbourne by former Communications Minister Stephen Conroy, and in Melbourne too, the Executive Director of the Institute of Public Affairs, John Roscombe. Stephen, New South Wales Health has confirmed there hasn't been a single case of outdoor transmission in Victoria. Daniel Andrews, you'll know, he let the powerful CFMEU call the shots, so all the big building sites kept operating all the way through. You've been a senior minister. What would you be doing in New South Wales?
Well, clearly, Gladys has decided that she has to go harder than Daniel Andrews because she was so slow and weak in her first lockdown. I mean, this is an incredible situation. I watched the press conference, I'm sure you did, Peter, where Kerry Chan threw the government under the bus, saying, no, I didn't recommend any particular sector had to be closed down. So this was a panicked, flailing move by a Premier and a Minister for Health who looks like a standover merchant when he just comes in and starts hurling abuse at the media if they ask questions he doesn't like. But this is on Brad Hazzard and the Premier's head. This is unnecessary.
Yeah, what would you do, Stephen?
Well, I mean, you should be sitting down and working out what sort of phased reduction in construction activity you need. I mean, Daniel Andrews actually showed that you can keep the construction sector going at a more limited way, the 25% to the 50%, whichever of those was appropriate, but 100% closed down. I'm not surprised the sector's gone, what the hell?
John?
Well, Peter, the construction sector should be working, but then so should so many other sectors, exactly as you identified. The reason that here in Victoria, Dan Andrews allowed construction to continue was because of his relationship with the CFMEU, whereas other outside activities, such as mowing the lawn commercially, were not allowed. I think the problem with what Gladys Berejiklian has done is not to go too hard or too slow, but she has engaged in an entirely misconceived campaign to out Dan Andrews, and construction should be open. A lot more of New South Wales should be open, and she should be charting a path out for Sydney and New South Wales. At the moment, she is as confused as to what success looks like as is the Prime Minister.
Stephen, there's